Hi, this is Jean-Jacques Taylor, and you're listening to JacquesTalk. This is a podcast where I talk about the Cowboys, the team I've covered as a beat writer, columnist, TV insider, and radio host for 28 years. I'll also talk about the NFL and the things I love, working out, streaming, food, and all things Dallas. Welcome to JacquesTalk, where sports is fluid. What's true today might not be true an hour, a day, or a month from now. I'm going to give you the truth straight, no chaser. Glad to have you aboard. Let's get it. Welcome to JacquesTalk. Glad to have you aboard, everybody. I'm Jean-Jacques Taylor, joined by my boy Big Joe in the Big Rig. And I'm laughing because I've been thinking about it. I was like, I don't know what happened to me. It just popped in my head as we were starting the show. You should just get the Dak call. Here we go. And that just made me laugh. So, hope everybody's having a great day. What's the sit rep, my brother?
Let's see here. We are 1 minute and 8 seconds. And the light is red. We are 5 by 5. Your ass is goofy today.
Guess what I did at the gym yesterday? Or 2 days ago? I think I told y'all that Dak has a doppelganger at the gym. Dude that looked just like him. I've been seeing this cat all summer. And I think I told y'all, even during training camp, when I knew they were out of town, I'd be like, the hell is Dak doing? It would just be a fleeting thought. Oh, that's the Dak look like. So finally, I was getting off the step mill yesterday, and he was about to get on a bike. And I was walking past and said, hey, man, Jacques Taylor, nice to meet you. I said, hey, I do some work out at the Cowboys. And I told Dak a couple weeks ago that I saw his doppelganger at Equinox in Oak Lawn. And he started laughing. He said, I get that quite a bit. He said, normally I correct people, but sometimes I just let it go because it takes too long to try to explain that I'm not a brother, I'm not a cousin, I'm just a guy named Teddy. Anyway, we had a good little chat for about 5 minutes, but that's my doppelganger story.
A guy named Teddy in Oak Lawn? All right, then.
Okay, that's neither here nor there, man.
Roger that.
But this is episode 158. 58. I got a name for you, dog.
I got two.
Marcus Steele. What you think?
No. Dixon Edwards, maybe?
Dixon Edwards.
And Mike Hegman.
Them the two real ones. Marcus Steele was just to throw you off. Marcus Steele was built like a Greek god, but just couldn't play. He was ripped, but he just couldn't play. I don't even know how many years Marcus Steele played. He was a 4th round pick of the Cowboys, I think, in 2001. He got 2 years with the Cowboys, sat out a year, 1 year on the practice squad with the Broncos, and that was it. He was 6'3", 240, but I just remember he was ripped, and he was a huge dude for a linebacker back in the day. But I don't know. That's my Marcus Steele story.
They had a couple guys I can remember like that, but yeah.
Dixon Edwards was my boy when I covered the Cowboys because we had a lot of talk about Michigan State because that's where he went. And I remember Dixon because he had a yellow Ferrari for a time, and then he left Dallas after the Super Bowl and went to Minnesota. He probably played 8 or 9 years in the league.
Yeah, that's when they decided they wasn't going to pay linebackers, pay to keep them guys. They drafted some good people. Darren Smith, Dixon Edwards, but they all left.
Well, sometimes that's why they decided they wasn't paying guys because they're like, we figured out how to draft these guys, whether it's Dak, whether it's Dexter Coakley. They figured out, like, this is the formula for our defense and how it works. We know how to draft linebackers, so we ain't going to pay none of them. Yeah. And they're all good, but not great, and we can replace them because we got to pay these other guys.
Did they, though? That's the question. I don't think they ever replaced Darren Smith and Dixon Edwards. Right. Plus, they played their best football when they was here.
Well, yeah, that's because they was young. Like Dixon Edwards, he played 5 years here, and then he went to Minnesota. Should have been in his prime at 28, 29, 30, at least 28. And, finished up his career, played 8 years. I still see Dixon probably about twice a year. And we had some good conversations. Although the last conversation we had, he was talking about some I can't remember. The topic was some kind of scientific talk, and it was way out there. And I was like, I don't know about this one.
That's when you like. That's where you be like, okay, yeah, okay. All right, man. I'll talk to you when I see you, man.
That's it exactly.
Be cool, man.
That was it exactly.
Be
right
safe.
there,
Be safe out there, dog.
Yeah, I holler at you, my brother.
I'm not tracking on none of that. I don't know what you're talking about.
He was out there on that last chat, and that was probably last football season. Because, like I said, I usually bump into him a couple times during football season. He still looks pretty good. Dixon has some great hair, great hair, and he still got the great hair. It's just great now. And so, matter of fact, the first time I seen him, I hadn't seen him in a while. I commented on his great hair, not that it was great. Mike Hageman. He was a really good, solid linebacker for the Cowboys during the glory days. Didn't he have a touchdown in the Super Bowl? In return a fumble?
Something like that. Seemed like either him or Hollywood. I can't remember.
I think they combined on it. One of them stripped it and one of them returned it.
Yeah.
Is how my memory works. Steve.
Well, Mike Hageman was steady because that's what Landry wanted. He had the stars on the defensive line. He had the steady guys behind him. D.D. Lewis and Mike Hageman and Bob Brunick, people like that.
Oh, Mike Hageman went to Alabama A&M and Tennessee State. Did you know he played his entire career in Dallas?
Well, he played about 6 years.
Double that.
12.
I had no idea he played 12 years with the Cowboys.
I'm saying he was steady though.
I mean, no idea. He started in '76 and he didn't end until '87. I mean, he got the full run.
Yep.
With the Cowboys, and he was still starting. He must have got hurt his last year because he started his entire career basically.
But that's what I'm saying. Them guys that played behind Randy White, Harvey Martin. All of John Dutton, the Doomsday defense was known for that doggone front line, and then the guys in the middle was steady. They was as unspectacular as you could get, but they came to work. What can I say? Workmanlike was that linebacker crew. D.D. Lewis 50, Bob Brunick 53, Mike Hageman 58. Those guys were steady. I don't even know if they ever went to the Pro Bowl, but they never got out of position. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. But that defense, the secondary was stars. They had stars back there, but the middle of that defense was rock steady.
Nah, so that was Mike Hageman and what I remember from '58. So we'll leave it at that. But that's a good segue because I told Joe. I think I'm trying to figure out how to say it. The Cowboys got the Steelers this week up in Pittsburgh. And when I was a kid, the Cowboys-Steelers rivalry was amongst the best in the NFL for a period of time because they were playing in the Super Bowls and Pittsburgh won both of them. And then they had and then I don't know about you, but I remember I really felt the second Super Bowl lost more than the first one because the first one I had just moved to Dallas in 1975 with the Dirty Dozen. So I didn't really have an emotional investment in that team other than, remember, I grew up being a Buffalo Bills fan, which was the lovable losers. So it was good to come to Dallas with first year out the box. Content Dave just gave me a look because, his dad, his family's from Buffalo, and so he's a big Bills fan. So when I called him the lovable losers, he just kind of gave me that look. But I really felt the 79 loss, man, because then I was a full-fledged Cowboys fan. And then, I don't know about you, you remember when we got the Cowboys with the Steelers coming to Texas Stadium, opening day, early 80s? Okay, we got y'all now. Y'all got to come to our house, opening day. Cowboys never lose the first game of the season. We're going to be ready. Vengeance is ours. And then the Steelers won that game, too.
Well, the 79 game, the 79 Super Bowl was kind of my first taste of that because I went to a Super Bowl party at my Aunt Rochelle's house. And I just assumed as a kid, what were we, 12? I just assumed as a kid everybody was a Cowboy fan. And it just shocked me that it was like some people, it was a grown person party. I don't even know what I was doing there. But it shocked me that they had Steeler fans. And people was actually cheering against the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. And I'm like, man, they shouldn't even be here. And I can't remember who their friends were, but they put a bad taste in my mouth for years. I ain't liked them for like 5 years till I knew better. And
Damn.
well, I'm just saying, it was talking. It was a lot of noise talking.
Right.
And the Cowboys lost, and they tried to blame it on Jackie Smith dropping the ball, but whatever. And the Cowboys, go ahead.
That's where my blame sat.
Yeah, well, everybody said that, but there's a lot of plays they could have made before he did that and after.
I'm not finna listen to you talk about rational football in that particular game.
Okay, I don't care. But anyway, here's the thing. They was talking so much noise, I was like, man, what? Why they even here? And they hurt my feelings. And I'm like, okay. So that's where my start of the Steelers, my hate of the Steelers started. My dad's a Steeler fan. I asked my dad for an NFL football when I was 13. The one from Wilson's department store.
Right.
NFL football. You know what he sent me? A rubber-ass Terry Bradshaw autographed football.
Dad, these are not the same.
I said, man, I must have punted that thing and never went. I must have punted that thing and never went and got it. Somebody in the apartments got that ball. I'm just saying. But, yeah, the Steelers, I remember that. I remember that when they came to Tech Stadium, we were supposed to do something to them. Seemed like that might have been, around 85 or 80-something we had a game like that. People was talking about it at practice, and I found out who was Pittsburgh Steelers fans then.
Right.
I think on Madden, I don't think it's two teams I never played with in franchise: the Washington Redskins or the Pittsburgh Steelers. Never.
Well,
never. I could never. No.
I think part of the rivalry is that you had the clash of cultures, meaning you had blue collar Pittsburgh, mean, rough, nasty,
no teeth in the front. Jack
Lamb, built on defense, the steel curtain, led by Mean Joe Green from Dallas, from North Texas. And then you contrast that with the glitzy, glamorous, star-driven Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, Pittsburgh had some ballers. Donnie Shell, Mel Blount. Yeah. The white. Yeah, they had some stars over there. They was all gritty too. They was all, you right. I agree with that 100%. They was all, dare I say, thuggish over there. that AFC was like that though. The Raiders and the Steelers,
right.
They beat you up.
No,
they beat you up. They was not none of that.
And so I think that's where, and so, the first game is 21-17, and it's, that, to me, that was all about, the great catch that Lynn Swann made over Mark Washington. And they took that one, and then the other game, they really beat up the Cowboys. It was kind of a close game, and then they pulled away, and then Dallas was trying to rally late and couldn't get it done, and that's when I really felt that thing. I did not want to go to school the next day and listen to all them Steelers kids, fans of the Steelers, talk about, the big win and how they did this and how they did that. But that, to me, I mean, if you had the list of all-time NFL rivalries, that would be in there for a period of time. Because some rivalries are here for a minute. And I would say, when you take out divisional rivalries, because you're always going to have those. But when you talk about teams that are not in divisions being rivalries, the Cowboys, Steelers would be up there.
Cowboys, 49ers.
That's what I'm talking about. The Raiders and the Steelers had one for a while. The Raiders and the Dolphins. Do we have that right now in the league? Do we have is it kind of Kansas City, Buffalo?
Kansas City and anybody.
I was going to say,
when you the
Kansas
man,
City, Buffalo, Kansas City, the Ravens.
Yeah. Anybody that want to take a shot, Kansas City, First they open their mouths and talk noise to Kansas City, and then that don't work. Then they try to get physical.
Right.
That don't work. But I respect the Steelers. I don't like the Steelers, but I respect the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now they fans, no, but the team, yeah. Every time the Cowboys have a rivalry, like we talk about the 49ers and the Steelers, you can't help but respect the players that play for the other team when they that good.
Well, that's why you can't stand them. Yeah, that's why it's a rivalry.
Yeah,
they got great players.
Well, like I can mention every 49er that was great, and some that wasn't great, but it was just coaching. Like Roger Craig is not in the Hall of Fame.
He's a bad man,
and he should be. He was the first 1,000 and 1,000 guy. 1,000 rushing, 1,000 receiving.
Let me look up Roger Craig.
First one.
I mean, I knew that, but
when you win as much as he did, and you got the numbers, Hall of Fame. So don't give us, just one of them things. If you don't give somebody a Hall of Fame for longevity, you give them for the Hall of Fame for being a winner. Sometimes those Super Bowl teams have to have 2 or 3 guys, 4 or 5 guys in the Hall because they won multiple Super Bowls.
I'm not disputing you. I was just looking at his career.
Yeah.
I could see. I mean, I would not have a problem putting him in there. I wonder why he's not in there, because he had 8,100 yards, basically 8,200 yards rushing. And remember, 10,000 is like the threshold, so he was close to the threshold. 8,200 yards, 56 touchdowns, 4.1 average. But then he also had 5,000 yards receiving, and scored another 2 touchdowns. Another 17 touchdowns. So 88 touchdowns, first 1,000 guy. He had the season with 1,500 yards too, man.
Yeah.
And so I would not. And he had 88 total touchdowns.
Well, he was a vital player on those Super Bowl teams.
Yeah, I would not argue with you if you wanted to put him in the Hall of Fame. I just wouldn't. No, he's a terrific player, man. All Pro once. Second team All-Pro once, so he's on the All-Pro team twice. 4-time Pro Bowler. It'd be interesting. Like, I don't know why he's not in the Hall of Fame. Could be when he came up,
If he was on TV, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
But it might be the other way around. But anyway, it's Roger Craig. Roger Craig is a terrific player.
That's what I'm saying. That's just how we talking about the rivalries and stuff. I can remember every Pittsburgh Steeler, every last one of them, and how good they was and how tough they was, and so it was like, man, yeah, I hate them for that.
Right, and they were like the bullies, man. Houston and Pittsburgh had a rivalry for a while.
Yes, sir.
Big time rivalry.
If they had instant replay, Houston would have won the Super Bowl.
Yep, no doubt about that.
Renfro caught it.
I remember that, man.
Yeah.
I remember watching that thing live.
Yeah, me too.
And I remember that
they
whole
showed
thing.
it over and over and over. He was in.
Yep. But Pittsburgh and Dallas, one of the great rivalries of all time. Let's check in with Mr. Clarence E. Hill Jr. of All City Dallas. Brought to you each and every Friday, Smoky John's Barbecue, home of the Jam Sessions Bowl. They're also at the State Fair right now. Smoky John's Barbecue, food to live for.
Hello?
What's up, bro?
What's happening, fellas? How y'all doing?
It's all good.
Nothing, man. No, we missed you last week, man, since we had the Thursday night game. But we were just reminiscing about the greatness of the Dallas-Pittsburgh rivalry when they were competing in Super Bowls in the 80s. What do you remember about the good old days back then in the Dallas-Pittsburgh rivalry?
I remember losing 50 cents because I bet on Pitt Cowboys. I lost to an 8th grader when I was in 6th grade, and they tried to beat me up.
50 cents was a lot of money back then. That's probably like
$20.
That's probably like betting $20 right now.
1927, 6th grade. Yeah.
27, we do it.
Yeah.
We starting like this, Joe. We starting like this. But I remember being mad at Mark Washington for years. I used to hate Mark Washington. I was like, dude, can't you cover? Can't cover Lynn Swan. Why can't Mark Washington cover Lynn Swan? Why does Lynn Swan making Mark Washington look like Elvis Toastmaster? I was so mad at Mark Washington. I know his name, Mark Washington, because he got beat all the time by Lynn Swan. Hated Jackie Smith. My memory's all bad because I all lost.
Joe just tried.
Got no good memories. They was all bad because they lost.
Man,
Joe just tried to tell me it wasn't Jackie Smith's fault. There were a lot of plays before and after the shit.
No.
That one drop ball. That one drop ball cost him.
Joe, listen. I know you play. You do what the game asks you to do.
I don't even know what that means.
The game asked him to make a play at that point. It doesn't matter what happened before. When the game is on the line and you got a room service touchdown, catch the ball. It don't matter what happened before.
And you're a Hall of Famer.
All that matters is what happened at that moment. Catch the ball. You've been catching the ball all your life, been a thorn in the Cowboys' side with the Cardinals. You never won nothing. You finally come to the Cowboys, let you the credit, get your Super Bowl ring. Like all these people go to teams, get a Super Bowl ring. You get to the Super Bowl, and you act like you're a Cardinal. I mean, do what the game asks you to do. The game asked him to make a play. He didn't make a play.
Do you know how many passes he caught with the Cowboys that year?
I do not. I know he didn't catch that one they did catch.
I was a little surprised when I looked this up right now. But I guess I shouldn't have been. He did not. He had 2 targets and did not catch a pass with the Dallas Cowboys.
But there you go. Dude.
The year before, he played. He caught 8 passes his last 3 years.
Total.
So
this put him in a position to win the game.
This is
anyway.
Without asking him, they wouldn't ask him to jump over nobody. They wouldn't ask him to do nothing. I mean, that's what the play called. Catch the ball. He could still catch. I mean, it wasn't like he was dropping balls. They were just using different aspects of the offense, whatever else. But he can still catch.
Now here's what's crazy.
I can go outside and catch a pass right now. Okay, you can catch a pass. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Now, you know why Jackie Smith was... Like, I ain't never took a deep dive on Jackie Smith. You know why Jackie Smith was in the Hall of Fame? Because in an era where it was all about the fullback and the running back and the running game, that man had a year, in the year I was born, 1967, where he caught 56 passes for 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns. That man averaged 18 yards a catch in like 7 or 8 different seasons. He just didn't have nothing at the end, man. In 1975, at 35 years old, he averaged 19 yards a catch.
Nobody was asking the man to run a deep route. He was in the end zone. We just asking. His hands didn't get old. His legs got old.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. At one point, I see now why they picked him up off the scrap. He hoping he could make a play when they needed somebody to make a play.
That's all he has to do: catch the ball, each in the hands.
It's like when they draft. It's like who added Julio last year? Was that the Eagles?
The Eagles added Julio Jones.
Yeah, just maybe we need you to make one play in one game to help us win it. So, but that's how deep the scars cut with the Cowboys and the Steelers rivalry. That we're talking about this like it really matters from 30 years ago or 40 years ago. I will say this now. Did you lose any more money when it came to Texas Stadium in '82 for the season opener?
We just bet Super Bowl.
That's right. Big on big. I got you. Well, maybe this will be like the Cowboys Super Bowl this week. They're facing quite a bit of adversity. No Michael Parsons out with a high ankle sprain. No Tate Lawrence out with a Liz Frank injury for a couple of months probably. No Brandon Cooks. He's out with a knee infection for at least one game, maybe 2. Who knows? How do they figure out how to win this game?
I was talking to Dak yesterday. And, obviously they're going to have to put it on offense, number one. But they can make plays on the Steelers secondary. They just got to be able to block them up. And I know that Brandon Cooks is out, but the dirty little secret of Brandon Cooks being hurt is he ain't gave him nothing anyway. Come on.
Right.
That's dirty. That knee been hurt since training camp, okay? Which is why he tried to get some injections to get it rejuvenated or whatever else. That knee been hurt since training camp. And he has 9 catches this year. He's not been a part of the offense. Either they're not using him right or whatever else. So let's try somebody else. And there's not a lack of confidence in the receiving crew because CD is still a main weapon. Jake Ferguson is getting back to, being a weapon. And let's see what the young guys got. But I think that they'll have a chance to be more explosive without Brandon Cooks because he's been hurt. He's been limited. But they believe that they can make plays on that secondary if they can block them up. That's a strong if.
So that's a 10. That's a 10-foot if.
But it's not like the Steelers. I mean, the coach made plays on them last week. I mean, the Steelers are a good team. They're a good defense, but this ain't a steel curtain. And this ain't one of those. These teams, the defense don't give up nothing. They give up plays. They can, this is not and the offense only scores 18 points a game, so it's not like that team that runs away and hides from you. They're not explosive.
Right.
So it's a winnable game. It doesn't seem winnable just because of all the injuries, but it can be winnable. And if the Cowboys going to win any of the next 3 games, this is the one they need to win.
Well, we're going to get to that in just a second. It seems to me like I heard this same stuff about attacking the secondary and plays could be made against them and this and that. And, when they played the Ravens. And I guess at the end of the day, they put some numbers up, but the numbers happened when they was down and the game was essentially over.
But if you break down the tape, it wasn't like the Ravens were playing prevent. Those were legitimate plays. I mean, I know everybody thinks that was garbage points, but they were in the game. It was 28-25. They needed one more stop, and they had a chance to play to win that game. So it wasn't like the Ravens just allowing them to make points and allowing them to come back and hoping the clock ran out because the Cowboys had plenty of time to even score again if they would have got one more stop on defense. That was plenty of time when it was 28-25 to get back to that game. So I wouldn't dismiss those as garbage yards.
What do you think, Joe? Were they garbage yards?
I was surprised he said, look at tape. I didn't know he had time to look at tape. Oh, damn, okay. No, I thought the Cowboys they did what they did like 2 or 3 years ago where they get behind, then Dak get pissed off, and he said, okay, now let's go. And they start throwing darts, and they start doing things like Clarence said before, like the coaches say all the time, they start playing with their hair on fire. If they can do that from the beginning of the game, give us some of that, and we might be all right, but the problem to me is the defense. When I look at tape, I saw the Ravens running 2 tight ends and a fullback, and the Cowboys they put up there what they had. They put the players what they had, and they wasn't good enough. They wouldn't like Clarence say they needed one more stop that they wasn't gonna get from that defense. So.
Yeah, and really one of the stops was, your quarterback, your highly paid quarterback, just plays soft cushion on a 3rd down pass.
Mm-hmm.
And Diggs admitted he should have made that play. You got to make that play. It's game's on the line. They have a chance to come back and win that game. And that's also a game where CD dropped the ball in the red zone. The plays could have been made against that Ravens defense. It was made against that Ravens secondary. And the same thing can happen here. But the scary part is you flip side on the defense is the perimeter runs, especially the perimeter runs by the quarterback against the Cowboys defense. Well, this quarterback here probably is more similar, can do some of those things that Lamar Jackson did. And you look at Fields, and so he's a fast guy. So being able to contain him, keep him contained, he's gonna be able to make some plays. He probably makes more plays with his feet than his arm.
Yeah, I think it's a it's going to be a tough task for them to win this game. Obviously, defensively, where's the pass rush coming from? Because any NFL quarterback, well, most of them, if you give them time, I mean, you just can't cover for that long. No matter whether the quarterback is Daniel Jones, who cut him up, or Justin Fields, who's back there this week. If you can't rush him, then you're gonna have problems no matter who the quarterback is.
Yeah, that's the question. And like Mike was talking about, but they're going to get some true rushes, okay? Ain't nobody going to be double teaming because ain't nobody double team.
Well, I like a man find a positive out of anything.
They get some true rushes. No double teams. But, obviously Zimmer's going to have to blitz. They got to do some things, get a hit on the quarterback. Like I talked to Mike McCarthy, like, Overshawn has some rush ability. Taylor Certain was a rush in a couple years in Texas. He has the athleticism to do that, but they don't want to put too much on his play. They want him to play linebacker. He's going to leave him and Maris the linebacker, so they won't lose him at rush in, but I'm sure they will blitz with him, from the linebacker position.
Right.
And mug the A-gap and do some of those things like that. But because he's going to be on the regular defense and he's going to be on the sub defenses. So he's going to be out there on the field. And so, Zim got to be creative. You got to do some things to heat the quarterback up. But when you heat him up, you got to keep him in the pocket because,
right.
you heat him up and you lose contain, then there's a whole other problem.
No, I would agree with that. What were your thoughts on Mozzie Smith last week?
It's funny because it's something I noted, and I tweeted it out, on Monday. There was like, there's doom and gloom on one side of the locker room. Micah Parsons talking about how tragic it is for the defense. He and DeMarcus Lawrence are going to be out. My man Jordan Lewis comparing the loss of DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons to losing 2 Dak Prescotts. And how they're going to have to make up for, loss of these big-time players. Other than the side of the locker room, Mozzie Smith is holding court. Now, he don't hold court. Mozzie Smith don't talk to nobody. He's been a sour puss since he showed up. And so I let the scroll walk away, and I go up to Mozzie and said, man, I ain't never seen you this happy. I never seen you smile as much. He said, because I'm holding my weight. I'm holding my weight. I don't feel like I would let the team down. I'm holding my weight. And it's kind of tone deaf, everybody, this ain't a good time to be happy, you don't have to do that way. But for a guy who has lacked confidence, has gotten beat down for the last 2 years, the fact that he's actually had a good game against the Giants and had a really strong fourth quarter against the Eagles. If you go, against the Ravens, you go back to that Ravens game, they did contain the run in the fourth quarter. Mozzie was a big part of that. That
right.
helped him get back in that game. So he has to put a good 5 quarters together, showing that he can hold the anchor. And so he was feeling good about his ability and what he did. He said, I got to build on it. I got to be consistent. I got to do it every week. But for me to keep this smile, but he was feeling good about himself. I mean, and that's good. He needs the confidence.
Yep.
And so that's the hope going forward, is that they can continue to stop the run, because the Steelers are going to try to run on them again. And the Steelers are a team that's not going to beat themselves. They're not going to do nothing crazy. They're going to kick the field goal. They're supposed to kick the field goal. They're going to punt on 4th down. Tom's very conservative. He's going to let you beat yourself. He ain't going to beat himself. He ain't going to do nothing exotic and anything like that. And so you have to, be fundamentally sound to win this game. And that starts with stopping the run. And I think they'll have a chance to be solid against the run, even without Mike and DeMarcus, because that's just about playing your position, playing your keys, and doing what you're supposed to. And I really like the step that they've taken at linebacker with Marist and Overshawn. Those guys running. If Miles and those defensive tackles can hold the fort and keep doing what they're doing, those young guys run to the ball with their hair on fire.
Nah, do you like what you see from them, Joe?
Yeah. Because here's the thing, I always think it's mental, where either Mike is giving them too much or he's not giving them enough. I don't know, but he got to put the young guys in there and let them make mistakes. Because guess what? When an old guy make mistakes, he's just old and out of place. He don't have the skill to run back. to run back in. Like if you take 2 steps the wrong way and you're a young guy, usually you got the athleticism to go back and correct that. When you old guy and you guess wrong or you read wrong, your ass just old and out of position. That's what I think. So I'm agreeing with let them lo-fi and 13 play. Let the young cats play, because at this point, what you got to lose? They're gonna get better.
Right.
Did you see that? Did you see that on tape, Clarence? I don't know. Did you watch enough tape to see that?
Sorry, we're not going to do this.
Oh no, I can't get you offsides. Okay,
we're not going to do this. No, we're not going to do this today.
He tried with the Aaron Rodgers hard count. I like that. I can respect that. We're going to step outside the Cowboys for just a second. Does Washington bother you at all? You care about them at all, or are they still an afterthought?
Oh, they're definitely not an afterthought. They got a quarterback. They got a quarterback that's making plays. They also probably have the easiest schedule in the division. It's in the last place schedule. So this is not a layup. And they're in outside of Carolina, maybe not Carolina anymore now that they got the red rifle at quarterback. But there's no layups on the Cowboys.
Not the red rifle.
Yeah,
that's the red rifle. Go back to TCU, they were red rifle.
Oh, yeah, he won the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, but there are no layups on the Cowboys schedule. And Washington, came into the season as the worst team in the division. They're no longer the worst team in the division. They got it, the quarterback is making plays. Dan Quinn has got that defense humming, got that team humming. So, no, what they're doing is not fool's gold. That's still early. People still don't have tape on you. People still, we've seen, just like with Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia, you can have one good year, which is why I always caution people. To me, it's always been about the body of work. And I remember even back in 22 when Jalen Hurts that year, he's better than Dak. No, he's not better than Dak. He's had half a year. He's had 1 year. Look over the course of his career. Look over the course of what Dak has done. What Dak has put up and done what he's done for 8 years, you gonna tell me this dude has come out here in 1 year is better than that? No. And then you look at Dak's doing great, but it's 4 games into the season. Let's see what it looks like in 16 games. Let's see what it looks after 32 games, when people get a book on you. So right. It's easy. It's one thing to do it early when people have not come up with defense things to stop you, it's great. But, we play a long game here. And we'll see what it looks like in the long game. But they look great right now. He's making plays. My only caution with him is that the same thing with RG3. And you look at his numbers, they're eerily similar to RG3 after the first 4 games. He's very skinny.
Yep.
Slight. You take a lot of hits at quarterback.
Yes.
I just worry about him being able to handle the pounding, with his current body size.
No, I would agree with that. I think, I think if he can be smart about it, pick his spots, it will enhance his ability to stay healthy. But I think right now, man, don't laugh when I say this, they're my favorite to win the division, because I think your Cowboys, this is just a year where it's not going to happen for them. And I think that Philadelphia team, they just seem on the verge of implosion to me. And I can see both of those teams imploding. The Giants do what they do in Washington, whether it's 10-7 or 9-8. I can see them winning the division and giving us a new champion in the NFC East for the 21st straight year.
Well, yeah, since 2004. I mean, there's been a repeat champion. I mean, no one has repeated in the East since 2004 when the Eagles and Donovan McNabb won 3 straight years.
Right.
There's been no repeat champions, and the Cowboys and Eagles have basically alternated the last few years. But yeah, Washington has a chance to jump out there and break up the Cowboys-Eagles party, because of what they got going. But yeah, this is what the division is and what it has been. It's hard to repeat in this division. It's always something that comes up or somebody that shows up.
Now, what's your Eagles take? Will Sirianni make the season?
I got so many Eagles takes, but again, it goes back to me. I think, and listen, I love Jalen Hurts. I love his story. He's a Texas kid, but he was never that guy. And I'm glad he got paid. But he was never that guy. But he's a solid quarterback. But people that act like he's a top 5 quarterback or some more like that, that was never the case. And now he's turning the ball over like nobody's business, whether it's fumbles, interceptions.
Yeah, you got to stop that.
But it's interesting. They got defensive issues. They drafted those Georgia guys, and really they have not panned out. I don't know what to make of this team because they do. That receiving core. You got AJ Brown. You got the other kid from Alabama. You would think that they got their weapons. Add in the running back. Their weapons as good as any in the league. Certainly, they're better than what the Cowboys have at the skill position, as all told. But right. Something is amiss with that offense. And when I look at Kellen Moore as offense coordinator, and I certainly saw what he did with the Chargers and see what he did with the Eagles. Dak Prescott is getting more credit for managing and doing the things he did with Linehan and Kellen Moore, and now Mike McCarthy with lack of creativity as offensive coordinator. You look at all these other teams and how they make things so much easier for their quarterback with their pre-snap motion and the things that they do. Everything Dak does, you look now, it's hard.
Yeah.
You got everything is tight. Window throws. You don't see no wide open guys. It's amazing he's able to have success he's had with such a pedestrian offense.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you said that because that's the truest thing ever is the lack of creativity on offense.
Well, how do you fix that, man? Is it just shifts in motion, or is it deeper than that?
Well, I mean,
and just for the record, Clarence asked McCarthy about shifts in motion this week.
I had to, man. Somebody had to, and basically the answer was we've been in 2 minutes. We've been in 2 minutes. When you're in 2 minutes, you don't do a lot of shift in motion because you've been behind, so you got to get up and go. And my point is, well, you don't start the game behind.
Yeah.
What is stuff early?
He gives you the finger in his mind.
It's too easy.
What?
It's too
He
easy.
gives you the finger in his mind.
You don't start the game behind. Well, you can do that shit at the start of the game.
Yeah. Well, it's too easy every time to identify where CeeDee Lamb, where he gonna be at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We got against the Ravens. It's like, all right, he in the left slot. All right, he on the left wide. Okay, let's go and double him over there because he ain't moving. Let's stick 2 people on it right now.
But you watch the Saints. I mean, not the but the Saints certainly. You watch Detroit. I watched Detroit the other day. Just the things are easy for the quarterback. People are open. You're moving the ball around. You see what they're doing in Houston.
Yep.
And different things. I mean, you just don't see that with the Cowboys. Everything is so hard. Everything is tight. There's no. First of all, you don't have a lot of playmakers outside, and so you have to do something to get them open. And there's no separation. Look at it. Nobody's getting separation. The CD's not a speed guy. He's a 4-5 guy. He don't get a lot of separation, but he can make plays. But everybody else can't make those same plays. They're not getting separation. Everything is tight.
Yeah. Might be like remember when Joe Gibbs came back? He was innovative as hell when he was here the first time, and when he came back, he tried to run the same type of offense, and it didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I mean the game has changed.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what Mike McCarthy was doing in that barn for a year. And maybe he got stale with let Kellen Moore run the offense for 2 years, but it's just you look at what other teams are doing, and with the Cowboys, it seems they're so far behind. It's so third world to what they're doing.
Before we let you go, I see this game. I mean, we said it last week against the Giants, but it still holds true to me because I see the season getting away from them. I think it gets away from them in a hurry if they don't win this week. And so while it's not a must-win because you still got so many games left, in my mind, it's you better win this one or you're looking at a 3-4 game losing streak, and then the season's effectively over.
Right. That's what I was trying to say because, you got to be able to hold the fort till you get your guys back. And if there's a winnable game in this stretch, because, we haven't talked about it, but they're at Pittsburgh. I know Pittsburgh is 3-1, but if anybody watched Pittsburgh knows that they're not a juggernaut.
Right.
But then you play Detroit, who is a damn good team. They're hot. They're playing well, and they also pissed off at how they lost to the Cowboys last year. They certainly gonna come in wanting to show something, and then you have a bye when you go at San Francisco, a place you haven't won.
Right.
It can get ugly quickly, and so that's why last week was a must win. You had to beat the Giants, because if you don't beat the Giants, then you're out of 3-game losing streak heading to Pittsburgh on a roll, and you can end up in a 6-game losing streak. So at least the Giants help stem the tide, but you're back in that same boat. If you don't beat the Steelers, and this is to me the most winnable game of the next 3.
And then just so you know, after that you got the Falcons, the Eagles, the Texans. This is a tough. It's a tough 6-game stretch.
The Falcons ain't no layup.
No, we don't have no layups. The way we playing, we don't have no layups at all.
No, not at all. And the Carolina gonna be mad because last year the Cowboys went up there and basically threw a birthday party in their house with it, and after Jimmy Johnson Ring of Honor. So that was just, and they are mad about that. The owners mad about that. It was disrespectful.
They worried about some respect.
I'm just saying.
I got you.
I'm just saying that we get to Carolina. Carolina gonna be looking for revenge. We want revenge. We want revenge.
Yeah.
You came and took a dump in my house.
Yeah.
But no, we'll see. I think it's going to be it's going, much like most of these games the Cowboys have an opportunity to win over the next few weeks. It's going to be a tight fit. I got Pittsburgh winning 23-16. Who you got, Chill?
Oh my God.
Now, mind y'all, I think the season's over. I think.
I wasn't on the show. Did you have the Giants winning last week?
No, I had the Cowboys beating the Giants 21-16. So I had to score pretty close. But as of today, based on what I see, they look like a 6-win team to me. That's what I see based off today. What we know right now and thus far, that's what they look like to me. Hopefully they're not, but that's what they look like to me.
I'm gonna bang on the Steelers being the Steelers. Steelers have essentially been an 8-8 team for the last 4 years.
Okay.
And I think that 8-8, 8-9, they just the average football team. And I think this wounded Cowboys team with everybody doom and gloom will show up and win this 2018.
That would be good for me. I would like that. Everything's better in Dallas when the Cowboys win. Don't think it's not. Joe, what you got?
I got nothing, man. I'm just a Cowboy. I'm just a Cowboy fan, and they got me right where I'm supposed to be. I don't expect a damn thing. See, here's the thing. I think Dak and them got a lot of pride, and I think they usually during the season they surprise. When we expect everything to be bad, they surprise us with a couple of wins and give us that damn false hope toward the playoffs.
Okay, I'll take that.
I don't know about the 6-game stuff. They could win 8, 9, either upwards of 10 if they fool you, and then everybody's riding high, and then they just.
I don't mind being wrong.
Once again, I
don't mind being wrong. I'm cool with that. But we'll see how it play out.
I mean, the one person we ain't talked about on here is T.J. Watt.
No, they got to protect him. They got to give him some help.
Yep, he can take over games. So
that's what Dak was talking about. He got to block him up.
Yep.
Yeah. You got to block him up.
Well, Mike. Sometimes Mike, he don't call his offense like he know what the hell he's doing with the matchups, because he'll go. We got a rookie left tackle and he'll go empty set. In a critical time, and I'm going, dog, why you don't? What you doing?
I would say this: he won't be Jason Garrett in Atlanta when they let that dude sack back 6.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
he won't be that. He won't. He won't be that.
Claiborne, yeah. What was my man named? Jacob Green or something like that?
Sharon Dorsey. Wasn't that Sharon Dorsey?
Oh, that was Green.
No. It wasn't either one of them names. My mind is gone blank.
He wore 79.
Both of those names are wrong.
Okay.
Huh?
He wore 79, I think.
Okay, now we got to find that. I thought he went to Florida State.
Which one? He put to Florida.
It was not Sharon Dorsey. I think it was a Georgia.
Florida State, Georgia, they ought to say.
Who was it? I'm looking up research group. It don't take that long.
Well, I'm looking it up, man. Let me see. Sharon Dorsey. No, it wasn't Sharon Dorsey.
It wasn't Sharon Dorsey. It was not.
He was 2001, 2002.
It was not Sharon Dorsey.
Jacques. Seemed like his name was Green or something.
No, so he wasn't. He didn't wear 79.
Okay. It don't matter what his number is. Why just look up the game, Jock?
Well, I'm doing one thing at a time, man. Once I figured out it wasn't number 79, the next thing was to look up the game. Thank you very much. But I saw Robert Brewster. And we knew Robert Brewster was a third-round pick. And me and Chill both saw him in the locker room the first day and said he can't play. And why couldn't he play? Because he was bad body with knocked knees. We like, there's no possible
Robert
way.
Brewster either.
No, but there was no possible way he could play.
Oh my God!
Let me see. That was
it was dude that sweated a lot. It was Adrian Claiborne.
Right, he had all the sacks. I'm looking it up now.
6 sacks, yeah.
It was Adrian Claiborne, and
I'm trying to get to the box score. The box score is right here.
They're not going to have the name of the player on the box score.
When you look up Pro Football Focus, they will. I think. I mean, when you look up Pro Football Reference, they will, or they might not. I guess I should just go to GSIS, where I should have been in the first place. This is what we do when we research stuff, people.
Oh my God!
Then you got to find the year. It was 2017.
Yeah, right. It's stories on 2017 Cowboys. They were talking about.
And then it was
Jason, because Jason was stubborn and wouldn't get to do it. Okay.
All right, I'm finally there now. Survey says
Chaz Green is his name. His name is Chaz Green.
Survey says the name is Chaz Green.
I told you it was Green. I told you that.
Now I wonder why he's not on Pro Football Reference as number 79.
Hold on, I told you his name was
Chaz Green.
I told you his name was Green.
And he was not Florida State. He was Florida.
There you go.
Okay, we was all kind of close.
No, I was on there.
And he did wear 79.
I told you that.
He wore 79, 65, 75, and 74. But in 2017, he wore 79.
Okay. Okay, so can I get some credit for that?
Well, you didn't know the last name.
I said Green.
I mean, you didn't know the first name.
I said number 79. I called him Jacob Green.
You did call him Jacob Green. Jacob Green's the defensive end from A&M.
Okay.
Who played in Seattle.
79 too.
I was closer than y'all ass. How about that?
Well, okay, man. Give him some credit, Chief.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I got to do something around here.
All right, man. We appreciate it. That's Clarence Hill Jr. Thanks, bro.
The tape watching Clarence Hill Jr.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, things we do.
Hey,
all right, bro. What?
It's all good. It's all good, Chill.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
I'll see y'all at the start, man.
All right.
All right. That's Clarence Hill Jr. brought to you each and every Friday by Smokey John's Barbecue, home of the Jam Session Bowl. I ain't said that in a minute. I used
said
to be
that 2 weeks ago.
Jam Session. Oh, well, I got old man memory, so I didn't realize that.
Jam Session. Say that Smokey John.
Oh,
when you ordered the Jam Session Bowl.
Oh, that's why I didn't remember it.
Yeah, I wanted to jump under the counter.
Hey, man. You gotta laugh like no one's watching, dance like no one's watching, and something else like nobody's watching.
All right, then. Scratch your ass like nobody watching, I guess.
We just try to have a little fun up in here. The world's such a sad place. And, I had to deal with some... let me get back to talking about Smokey John's, because I'm about to go off track.
Yeah.
Home of the Jam Session Bowl. Don't take my word for it, but go get some Smokey John's in your life. You need it. Now, they're at the fair right now. You can find them at the fair. And if you're at the fair, you go there, right next to their booth is what? The Jones Deli. Now, you've probably never heard of the Jones Deli because Jones Deli is brand new. They are the first vendor to ever make homemade pastrami in the history of the State Fair of Texas. And there's a story on Channel 8 about that you should go check out, WFAA.com, and you can see the whole story. But they got a pastrami sandwich that's off the chain with a pickle and some chips at the Jones Deli right next to Smokey John's Barbecue at the fair. Swing through and check it out. If you can't get to the fair, check out the storefront, 1820 West Mockingbird. Go by there and pick up the Jam Session Bowl. The Jam Session Bowl is fantastic. It's been around now for about 4 years, maybe 5. And what it is you can't find it on the menu. It's a secret menu item, much like the Stan White. If you don't know what the Stan White is, that too is a secret. But the Jam Session Bowl, man, it's a mac and cheese base or a mashed potato base. Your choice, 3 out of 5 smoked meats. I usually go with the brisket and the sausage. I don't know if it come with 3 or 2. Maybe the waitress was sweet on me and gave me an extra.
Nah, she wasn't sweet on you.
She
was just, yeah, I do. She was super, super, super courteous.
Okay.
She was very professional.
I'm going to check with Juan and Brent, the owners, and get the full story for next week. But however you get down, the brisket, and whether it's the regular sausage or whether it's the hot link sausage, it's all good. Do you consider hot link a sausage?
No, it's a link.
What's the difference between a link and a sausage? I'm being dead serious.
Sausage is sausage. The link is like what you got, a red link. You got a gray link. It's just a different type. It's a different texture and it's a different thing. Like a hot link is when you bite a hot link, you're probably gonna get some juice and all of that. When you bite a sausage, most time it's dry to me.
All right. Okay. That kind of makes sense to me.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe somebody.
I'm gonna ask
Twitterverse,
That's a good question for Twitter. Because when you said it like that, I go, okay, there is a difference. I've been thinking
I'm used to
kind of the same.
The red hot links, like Earl Campbell got a hot link. Earl Campbell got sausage, and he got hot links.
Right.
So, and then when you go to East Texas, you'll see all kind of different. That's the main time when I saw the difference in the hot links that we have here versus the ones in East Texas, because they all different kind of colors at some of the truck stops out there. I was like, damn, this is yellow, this is brown, this is red. So I ain't never seen it's probably the casing of some hot links. Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm gonna ask Juan and Brent, and then I just put it out there on Twitter just to see. Anyway,
I've eaten plenty of them, but I couldn't tell you. That's about the difference right there.
I like the sausage, the brisket, and the hot link even better than the brisket and the sausage, because the hot link add that spice to it. So it's a mashed potato base, mac and cheese base. Your choice, 2 out of 5 smoked meats. And then all the stuff you find on the loaded baked potato, like bacon bits and cheese, sour cream, butter, all of that stuff. Then you either drizzle it with sauce or drizzle it with sauce, depending on how you get down, and it is food to live for. Now, if you can't get by Smokey John's, the storefront, you can go to the website, SmokeyJohns.com, go to the marketplace and get the sauce of the rub sent to your crib in a couple of days. If you got to have it today, you can go by and check it out.
Yeah, I know. $50 fine. That's a $50 fine right there.
I wasn't going to say nothing. I was up here dancing, man, because you got a live ringtone.
Yeah.
But then, you can go by HEB all over DFW and pick it up, the sauce and the rub there. If you go to Joe V's Smart Shop in the Duncanville area, they got the sauce, the rub, and the banana pudding that you can pick up in one spot. So Smokey John's Barbecue, home of the Jam Session Bowl. Check them out at the State Fair, Jones Deli. I mean, Smokey John's, Brent Wine, they are everywhere. They have blowed up, as Emmett Smith would say. Now, let's get to the block, man. Speaking of the State Fair, and the block is brought to you by CTC Chiropractic. 3 locations, DeSoto, Frisco, Trinity Groves. When last time you been to the fair, man?
It's been a while.
Did you take advantage of your fair day as a kid and go every year?
That's why I quit going, because I was 14 and a half.
Right.
I'm married. I'm not married.
You're married?
No, I dated a girl that I thought I was going to marry. She was going to be my wife. I was so serious about her. And her parents wanted to take me to the fair.
Right.
And I was like, cool. So I'm going to get to go with her and be with her parents. We with her all day. I told my mom, I said, hey, I'm going to the fair with them. She said, no. I said, what's up? She said, because I don't have enough money for your brother to go. I said, well, they gonna pay for me to go. She said, nope. If he can't go with y'all, you can't go.
Really?
Well,
I guess.
Well, that's a parent thing. I understand it. I understand it now. Because he was going to be whining about not going to the fair and all that. I understand it now. I damn sure didn't understand it at 14. And the reason I'm telling you that story now, I hated the fair after that.
Oh, is that right?
I refused to go. She was like, you going to the fair this year? No. You going to the fair this year? No. It was one of my only ways of protesting without getting my ass whooped. So that was my protest. That was my protest as a kid. You know what? No, I'm not going to. You got free tickets. You want to go? No. Just because I wouldn't let you go 2 or 3 years ago?
Yep.
Nope. So, she was real strict. So that was me protesting. So that's my history of the fair. It's a dumbass history, but nah.
It's yours.
Yeah.
I went to the fair all the time as a kid, every time we had a fair day. My mom used to really enjoy the fair. She used to like to go see the different exhibits. And she used to like to sample all the fair, at the fair, all the food. But once I got out of high school, man, the fair, for whatever reason, just didn't hold the same appeal to me. I went a couple times with my first wife because she had never been to the Texas State Fair. So it's kind of new and cool for her. But I just, the fair, like, you either got to like the exhibits, and the exhibits were cool, but they weren't enough to make me go. Or you got to like the rides. The rides was all right, but I don't never really trust fair rides. This is just me. The fair rides are perfectly safe. It's just me. And then, or you got to go for the food. And once I got, somewhat health conscious, the thought of eating fried Oreos and fried this and fried that just don't appeal to me to that level. And so I didn't really have no reason to go. And then I guess it's my fault, my son, he was never a big fair guy either. Probably because I didn't make a big deal about it. My godfather took him because his grandchild was the same age as my son. So he took him for a couple years and they had a good time, but not good enough that he would come up to me and be like, hey, Dad, we going to the fair this year? And so fast forward a decade, I asked him the other day, I said, hey, Doc, you going to the fair? Probably not. I said, oh, all right. I will take his mother to the fair, I think, though, because she liked to go to the fair. And what do you think she liked to do, man? Out of riding, exhibits, and eating?
Out of the food.
You daggone right.
Well, we going this year.
Just to go?
My daughter wants to go, so we going.
All right. We're going to go. I'm going to go on some kind of weekday in the morning when it ain't too crowded. So we can get in there, have a good time, go wherever we're trying to go, and bounce before it get too crowded. I'm gonna try to eat at the fair and see what I can eat that ain't necessarily that crazy. Like, I really don't want to eat too much at the fair because if you haven't had grease and fried stuff in your system, dog, you'd be sick as a dog. I know this because probably about 2 months ago, somebody brought some fried chicken home, and I hadn't had any fried chicken in quite a while. And I said, "Oh, that looked good. Let me try that." Man, 2 hours later, I was sick as a dog. Grease just sitting there. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna have to give this up for a minute." But anyway, did you used to like to go see the lady with the beard and all that stuff at the fair? The man with the gigantic feet?
No, I don't. It's been so long since I've been there. No, I don't know. I didn't go to the fair that much. Like I said, I quit going at 14. I might have been once or twice since 14, but
okay, so you really ain't been that much.
No, I think I took my wife out there when we was dating, maybe, but I hadn't been there. I was a Six Flags kid because I grew up in Arlington.
Right.
So. Nah, but I'm gonna enjoy the food when I get there this year. My daughter was trying to get us to go there the last couple of years. It just didn't work out, but we definitely going. I don't know if I'm gonna eat no doggone cotton candy bacon or nothing like that.
See, that didn't look good to me.
I saw a dude do a review on TikTok on that. I mean, sometime, but I'm definitely gonna get over to the Jones Deli.
Oh yeah.
That ain't no plug because that doggone that doggone pastrami was off the chain.
See, the thing about eating is you got to kind of like you get depending on you can only eat so much before you get full, and you don't be walking around the fair with a full stomach per se. So it's more like you want a bite or two of this and a bite or two of that, as opposed to like a whole something or other.
Fried butter.
Why?
I don't know, dog. I watched the guy do a review on that, and he was surprised that he didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah,
that don't even sound right to me.
I mean, some things don't, and some things you just gotta taste it. Somebody gotta tell. For fried butter to be good, somebody gotta say, "Man, it's good." Maybe a couple of 2 or 3 somebody gotta tell me, it's good. It ain't really butter per se or something like that, but just for me to say, "Let me get one of them fried butters." Nah, I ain't saying that. I ain't paying no $12 for no fried butter and then throw it away. So I don't know. What about fried Oreos and stuff like that? Might be good. I don't know. I'll give it a shot.
You know what, man? You probably just need to. I probably just need to go in with an open mind and just try some things and see. So I'm gonna try to do that, but dog, I don't know.
I can't remember what the bacon was like. Cotton candy and bacon or something like that.
Yeah, it was kind of like a wispy covering of it, and it's supposed to give you a sweet and salty kind of vibe. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. So I guess I am looking forward to it because I do want a funnel cake or a bite of a funnel cake. Funnel cake, you can never go wrong. It's still the staple, the number one thing. And we'll see what else is out there. You a big corny dog guy?
Yeah, corn dog. Yeah.
See, I'm not. But they got Fletcher's out there, and they are renowned for their corny dog.
Yeah, I almost cut somebody out of Golden Chick during COVID.
Why is it?
Because they supposedly had Fletcher corn dogs.
Oh, you know what? I remember that.
And I bought a couple there, and I'm just like, what the hell is this?
This is not the Fletchers I remember.
Not at all.
Not at all.
They put the name on it. They sold it to me, but
but it wasn't Fletcher.
Nah, Fletcher corn dog's pretty good though.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to the fair. Just opened this week. So we're around for 3 more weeks. I'm gonna get there on a Tuesday or Thursday. Probably after the show one day. I just head out after the show and go. Probably on a Tuesday. But we appreciate you guys. Keep watching. Stay tuned. We appreciate your support. We need your support. Check out the YouTube channel at The Real JacquesTalk. You should follow the show on IG at The Real JacquesTalk. Hit me up on X at JJT Journalist. And then you can follow me on Clacker at I Am Jean-Jacques Taylor. For Big Joe and Big Rig, he was a little spicy at times today. Until we chat again, you guys be blessed.